What a beautiful money pile I'm laying on right now. These are the clothing, shoes, and accessories I'm picking up in 2025 to resell online. As always with these thrift hauls, go get yourself a snack and a drink because we're going to be going through all of it. I just unloaded all the bags, probably 100 brands total. I definitely put the duplicates to the side so we don't have to go over all those again. We're going to be going over vintage stuff, women's stuff, men's, spring, summer, fall, shoes, everything. We're going to be going over it in this thrift haul. Now, this is the second one of the brands you need of 2025. I do have a part one. I'll leave it at the end of this video or you can rewatch it later. But these are the videos that you want to watch. Get a notepad if you're new. You don't want to pay for a course. Write down all the brands I'm talking about. Maybe even write down what prices I'm talking about. I've been reselling since 2016. I don't know if anyone's ever a pro. I'm always finding new brands. There'll be a couple in here that are new to me, and prices change. But I'm going to tell you what I'm buying, how much I'm paying right now in 2025 in the late winter, and how much I think I'll be able to sell it for on eBay. Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari. Let's go. Before we start talking about all this, you're like, why are you wearing a jersey? Well, maybe it's just going to be a trend. The first video I did, I wore a Peyton Manning jersey. This one, I'm wearing obviously a vintage Brett Favre jersey. Thrifted both of these during that time period. This one, I'm just going to leave the tag here, so it's going to bother you the whole time. Like, rip it off, rip it off. No, I'm going to leave it here. It's going to bother you the whole time. All right, let's get into it. Lululemon jacket. Now, where I live is in Indianapolis. I thrift all around Indianapolis area, outside the Indianapolis area. I'll travel to Chicago. I'll travel to Ohio. I will travel to get my items. And some stores price stuff higher than others. I know. And I've been all over the country. I've been to LA. I've been to Florida. I've been everywhere to thrift. I see higher prices, but they always miss some things. So you can find those things. The more swings you do during a game, the more chances you will hit that ball and knock a ball out of the park. First item is a Lululemon XL men's jacket. Never have I ever found a men's Lululemon jacket like this. It's just like a windbreaker. And it was $5.99. $5.99. Not much to say about Lululemon other than men's still sell well for me. Women's, we'll talk about that later. This will probably sell for around $35, $34. At $5.99, that's not something I'm going to be looking at comps in the store. I just know I'm going to make money on it. I'm going to make a good profit. I'm looking it over for stains or any blemishes, rips, tears, anything like that in the store. So items you already know that are good, you really don't need to waste your time looking them up. But hey, you do you. I always say that in all of my lives. This is $8 for this Ariat FR jeans. So flame resistant Ariat jeans. Ariat are probably my quickest selling jeans out of all the ones I pick up that I can find regularly. And then the FR, the flame resistant, sell really, really well. And those are used for construction and welding. Basically, if you get a spark on there, it's not going to burn your body up. Right here is a flight jacket. I will pick up just about any leather bomber jacket I can find. So with the bomber jacket, you're looking for the full zip. You're looking for the full over collar. Sometimes you'll have the Sherpa line collar. The cuffs that look like this, and the bottom that matches the cuffs that come in like this. This is a Type 2 American born. There's all types of these. Wilson Leather makes plenty. Obviously, if you find like the authentic, like World.2 or even in the 50s or 60s jackets, they sell really well. This was $14.99. Looked up comps because I didn't know this brand just to get an idea for funsies. They sell for around $50, so I'll sell that 15 into 50 all day long. Next time, again, we're going through pants, shirts, spring, everything. So here we go. Ben Silver. Hopefully a new brand to you. If not, at least you can remember it again. Ben Silver. Ben Silver pair of pants. It has one of those blends like Loro Piana. These companies like Ben Silver and Brooks Brothers, they get these fabrics from these companies. These companies make really, really good fabric, and then they make their clothing out of it, and they put the company there. So whenever you see those nice fabrics or a little company logo next to a good brand, it's always a good thing. These are cashmere wool blend Ben Silver pants. A lot of people are going to pass up on these. Guarantee the thrift stores don't know about these. $5 into probably 35. Another pair of pants. I stay away from a lot of Brooks Brothers pants, but couple good things about this. Number one, they have this plaid pattern. They are Brooks Brothers, but they're linen, and they had that Bernard McNutt. You guys have seen it. I think I see a lot of it in J. Crew, but that Bernard McNutt linen, really good with this colorway. It's not big money, but linen pants are always usually linen anything's usually a pickup if I can get it for $5 or less. That was $5. Those will sell for around 35 or 40. And if you're new to the channel, what's up? My name is Brad. Everything I sell and everything I'm talking about, the buyer's going to pay shipping on top of that. So when I say I bought it for 5, it sells for 40, sells for 40, eBay, Poshmark, whoever takes their fees, and buyer pays shipping, and then I get the profit, and from there, you know. This brand I have never picked up. I really don't pick up ever. But Ben Sherman, I don't pick it up new. Expensive brand. They sell this at Nordstrom for a lot of money, but the resale just isn't there. But these were new with tags, and they were $4.99. Goodwill. Thank you very much for pricing these at $4.99 instead of like $20. See, look at you. You sold them to me. You're not going to the bins. You made good money. Those, I have no idea what they'll sell for, but for $5, Nordstrom selling jeans, I'm not going to pass those up. Just one of those things. This is carbon to cobalt. Let's talk about carbon to cobalt. You ready? I've talked about it before, but carbon to cobalt's been selling for me since the beginning of time. Always been a bolo. It has now become one of those brands that are falling off. Pretty soon it's going to be a brand that I don't pick up anymore. You might see that video later this year. But whenever I find substantial pieces like big sweaters, knit, good fabrics, I'm picking it up. They'll make cashmere sweaters, but for $5, it's carbon to cobalt, fuzzy, quarter zip. Gonna pick that up. My guess is like 25 bucks, quick sale. Pair of pants, another pair of pants. These are Dunning. A lot of people pass up on these. I always find these on the racks hanging because no one buys them. And I get it. They're like a $20 seller. But listen, when you're doing this as a full-time job, those $20 sellers are paying your bills. $5, there were 2 of them right next to each other. So super easy to list one, and then the second one will take a quarter of the time to list because you're selling similar. And you know me, I list everything on eBay. I do it all from my phone. I sell similar. Then I import it onto Autoposher and cross-list, and it takes me 2 seconds. I have videos on that. You guys have seen that before. It's awesome. LL Bean. This is an LL Bean shacket. I actually wasn't planning on picking this up, but I saw that it has these pockets. If you see the pockets down here, almost always look up shacket. If it's a heavy shirt with the pockets down on the side, it's usually a shacket. This was only $5, but it had nothing very special about it. I looked up the code number, and these sell for around 30 to 35 on eBay. I was surprised, so I picked it up. Polo Ralph Lauren, you already know, my favorite brand. You guys still like that tag right there? My favorite brand to be on the lookout for. This is a cable knit cotton sweater vest. That's what you would call this, cable knit cotton sweater vest. You'll find these in silk, cashmere. Actually, I find them in silk more than anything. Silk, cashmere, cotton, wool. They all do well. Obviously, cotton doing not as well as the others, but $3.99 is a steal for this. Polo Ralph Lauren, super hot right now. It always is hot, but right now I feel like it's just fire. I have some other pieces in here that are really good. Revtown jeans. Revtown. So there's your back hit. Revtown. Here's what you're looking for on the waistbands. I started picking these up in 2024, probably early 2024, and they're a decent, I would say, bread and butter brand when I find them. They sell for around $24, $27 on eBay. Jeans, again, cost me $7.99 for the most part, other than those Ben Sherman they missed. So $7.99 for those into $25. Revtown is a good one to be on the lookout for. And what's the other one? New York, Perfect Jeans NYC. Perfect Jeans NYC. That's another good one. I've talked about that before in my lives. Derek BKE. These are actually like chinos. They're not jeans. You don't find these very often. So the BKE, they look like the jeans, but they're actually just like a cotton chino pant. They sell really, really well. and they're not usually priced as much. So $5 into about 25. As I'm talking again, if you're new, I go live. I was a former teacher. I love interacting with people. I go live all the time on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, usually in the mornings, and I talk about all my sales, how much I sold stuff for, and I answer everyone's questions. So you can come in, ask me questions. It's free. I don't charge anything to anybody for anything I do. All I ask of you is hit that like button. So I just ask you, hit the like button. It's right there. You can see it. Hit the like. I'll take off the tag eventually. Hit that like. But yeah, come into my live and hang out and ask questions. So that's what I'm here for. Here to help teach you. $8 for these corduroy Polo Ralph Lauren. Corduroy pants were really hot this fall and winter. I can see the trend continue going. These are Polo Ralph Lauren. You can't do much better than that for corduroy. $5. Those have been selling for around 30 to 32 for me all the time. Let's just get these out of the way. The reason I have all these together is because they're all the same size. I found them all together. These are about a $19.99 sale for me. Polo Ralph Lauren pants, chinos. I don't normally pick up chinos, so don't write down Polo Ralph Lauren chinos. What you want to write down possibly is Polo Ralph Lauren chinos with the pony. That is what you're looking for. Polo Ralph Lauren chinos with the pony. And because I'm selling these for $19.99, I'm buying them at $5. I want to make sure I'm always looking at like the right and the left front pocket to make sure there are no stains. And I'm also making sure there's no drag, because if there are on a $19.99 item, it's really not worth getting for me and my business model. But since I have all these, I'm not going to lot them together, but I can list one and the others will take a quarter of the time to list, since I can just sell similar. Under Armour, I do not pick up. Is that new with tags? Is that new with tags? Oh, they have two tags on it. Under Armour, I do not pick up the polos anymore. I've been seeing them everywhere, and I pass on them. And it's kind of sad because I used to pick those up, and those were really good in bread and butter. $16.99 to $18.99 every day they sold. But now you can go to Ross and get them on clearance for like $13.99. Brand new with tags. Not a lie. I was there this week. But there are certain Under Armour I will pick up. These are really lightweight hoodies with these snaps. These do well, as in like $20, $5 for that. Polo Ralph Lauren, what's hot right now are these really big. This is called the big shirt. The big shirt. So Polo Ralph Lauren, the big shirt, reminds me of the 90s because it's probably from the 90s, like the Dawson Creek. These are popular right now. Girls are wearing them as like a cardigan type of deal and layering them. Really hot. That's $5 into like 22, 23. Grayson is a brand that is good, but it's kind of fallen off just a little bit. But I'm going to pick it up still for $5. Don't get me wrong. But Grayson is falling off just a little bit. I think it's because you see they just are producing so much. I'm seeing them in TJ Maxx and Marshalls everywhere, which means people can buy them for cheaper brand new, which means it lowers our resale value for used. It just is the way it is. And I know. Ha! Ha! Ah! This is a good one, right? This is a good one. Ghost face with the hearts and the face, and it's not like an offering. It's actually like ghost face. I don't know. The tag looks vintage. I don't know, but I did look up comps. One new sold for $60, and there weren't a whole lot on there. I'm going to list this right now. February is right around the corner. I'm going to list this right now with the hearts. You never know, and Halloween sells year-round. But I thought that was a cool pickup for $5. Come on now. I'm picking that up every time. $5 for this too. Polo Ralph Lauren. You can get out your notepad. Yes, I only pick up usually the ponies, but there are other ones I pick up. If it has a good blend, this is a cotton wool blend. It's unique. Look at that pattern. Screams wear me at Christmas. And it's got the chest pockets up front. Polo Ralph Lauren with the two chest pockets. A lot of times you can put in keywords work shirt, but that's just a great shirt. That will do well. Chubby's shorts. I still pick up Chubby's shorts. They were $3.99 for me. With Chubby's, you're not going to see on the waistband the brand, but when you look on the inner back right butt cheek pocket, you're going to see Chubby's, and then, of course, sometimes on the back. These are seersucker chubbies. My guess is come spring and summer, those will sell for around $20. This is another item I'm kind of toying with. I didn't want to leave it behind. It was only $5, so I'm not going to lose money. For me, a bad pickup are two things. Number one, if I get an item home and it's got a flaw I didn't see at the store, that sucks. It's okay. It is what it is, okay? If you have a brick and mortar, you're going to deal with theft. That's like the worst thing that happens to us. And you can either return it or write it off as a loss to your business. Another thing is I'll buy items and they won't sell for as much, but I'll still make money on them. For example, if I thought this would sell for $25, $30, but it only sells for $15, I bought it for $5. I'm still making money on it. But this is a Nike like swooshy track jacket with that gray label. Look for these vintage gray labels. This is about 2002, I think, ish. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong. $5. Also kind of unique. It has the sleeves that zip off. So it could be a vest and you could like show your muscles off or whatever. I don't know where that's going to go for. My guess would be like $32. The reason I really did pick that up are because the pants like that right now are selling for around $30. So we'll just see how it goes. Always got to try new things in the business. USA, Adidas, these always do well for me. So USA, Adidas, golf shirts. I don't buy many Adidas golf shirts, golf polos, but for $5, these USA do well for me. Brand that I have never found before. And I've seen videos on like YouTube, like what you're watching now, or Facebook. I've seen shorts and videos on this brand, Collars & Co. Collars & Co. And the reason these shirts are popular is because this collar is so stiff that you can wear it with like a sweater over it, and it can look like it's a long sleeve shirt underneath. But these collars are super stiff. They're not floppy. That's what she said. And super stiff, not floppy. It was $5. I think these sell for around $30. Definitely, I picked it up. Mini Houndstooth. Look out for that brand right now. I could see that brand falling off before you know it. Kind of like this brand that's fallen off. Untuck It. I still sell Untuck It, but these are what I'm looking for. I'm looking for short sleeve buttons. They sell well for me, around $18 to $20. I'm looking for the nylon spandex blend. I'm looking for linen. I'm looking for really big sizes. That's what I'm looking for in Tuck It. I'm passing up on regular colors. I'm passing up on cotton for the most part. This is cotton, but this is like a thick denim almost. It almost looks like it has a selvage, even though it's not selvage denim. But that's the vibe it gives off. It's probably a $20 piece. North Face. Let's talk about it. Let's have a little discussion. By the way, this is raw. People always ask me, why do I have so much energy? And I say, because I drink Monster. So Monster, what's up? Your boy wants to talk to you. North Face. When we talk about all these, there's always an asterisk by it. I leave a lot of North Face behind. Some I pick up. I thought about this one of those like, pick it up. Should I get it? Should I not? $5. It's a nylon vintage shirt. So it has the two pockets up front, and it's got the vents in the back. And I thought, you know what? For $5, this should be an easy $18 bread and butter pickup. This is Paradise Found. This shirt is a well-known pattern. Now, I have found this in black, and I found it in purple, and I found it in green. Red is the one you're really looking for because this is the Magnum PI Paradise Found. So this is the one that Magnum PI wore in the show. This one right here. Look it up on your phone. Look on Google. Look on pictures. You'll see it right away. $5. I've found those multiple times. They always sell really quickly, over 30 bucks. Talk about Tommy Bahama. A lot of you know I'm not a huge fan of Tommy Bahama. I know K-Way's out there watching this be like, Tommy Bahama's the best brand ever. Listen, it's never done that well for me. And I always say silk, usually big sizes, linen, usually big sizes, crazy patterns, bright colors. But for some reason, this is doing well for me. This, what is this, a Siesta Key? Tommy Bahama Siesta Key. Any of these button up, or is this a button down? It's a button down shirt since the collar buttons down. Button down shirt that's got that stretch feel. These sell for around $20. So don't sleep on these. I know a lot of people probably are passing up on those because they're Tommy Bahama and they're not silk and linen. But those actually sell probably better than a lot of the silk ones I've sold. Cool. Nothing new to you, but there are always new people watching. The teacher and me, you have new kids every year, new students, new people, new resellers watching all the time. Cool, you're looking for that symbol right there. The price has gone down on these, the resale value. Still a really good brand to be on the lookout for. This was $6.99, $5.99 for a full zip jacket. This will sell for right around 34, 30 bucks, something like that. Good brand to keep your eye out for. American Giant. This brand flies off the shelves. Again, when I price it right, listen, you have to price your stuff competitively. Work on getting that low buy cost. To me, low buy cost of a brand or an item that has sales is the most important thing. You get that low buy cost, you can control your sell-through rate. The sell-through rate on this is great anyways, but this American Giant is a Henley black, and it's a waffle. So those are all keywords I'd put. Let's say this thing sells for $45 to $50. It's got a 100% sell-through rate. I'll probably price mine at $44.99 and sell it right away. That's how I do it. My buy cost is $5. I'm not paying $20 for it. If it were to sell for $50, I still would pay $20 for it, but you know what I'm saying. Disney Spirit jerseys are hotter than ever. As always, they just are super hot. This one's a Disneyland, which is not as good as other Disneyland, Disney World. Those both do really well, and it depends on what it is. But a lot of times, if you can get something that's universal, like Toy Story or Imagination or whatever, they do well. This was $5, I think, right? $5, and I'm sure this will sell for like 30, something like that. Let's get to shoes. You guys want to talk about shoes real quick? I love selling shoes. Shoes used to be $4.99 here in Indianapolis for any pair of shoes. $4.99, and then now they price them all over the place. So I have to just be really selective. Behind me, I have a pile of shoes. Let's talk about those. These are on cloud. I will pay up for shoes, especially if they're in good condition. These are on cloud, and I wasn't sure of the model. So a lot of times, if I'm not sure the exact model of a pair of like on clouds, Brooks are easy to look up. Asics, Nike, they have codes in them. These might too. But I just do a Google screenshot of these, and they came right up. I paid $15 for these, used condition. These sell for like 60, 50 or 60. They're a little bit newer than the ones that we've seen for so long. These are Cole Haan with that cable knit. These sell what are these? Grand Zeros? Grand Zeros? These sell well for me. I find them in black. I find them in navy. I find them in gray. They were $12.99. They always sell for around 30, 35 bucks fairly quickly for me. And again, I'm not going to have to do much cleaning at all to any of these shoes. This is a pair of Adidas shoes. I wasn't going to get these. They were 10 bucks, but on the back, they said the hundreds. And you can see there's a little bit of the fit. What would you call that? Like bleeding onto the bottom. But the hundreds, and it says it right there too, looked them up and they actually sell for decent money. So for 10 bucks, I picked them up. I think they sell for around 50. Pick those guys up. This is a good brand to be on the lookout for. Very, very big sleeper. This is, the brand right here is called Vivo Barefoot, but Vivo, look for this symbol right here. Very slept on. It looks like a Temu type of shoe. $8. Good brand to look for. That should sell for right around 50. These are, a lot of you guys know these, Nike Vapor Max with the air bubble. The black's always a good pickup. I did pay up for these at $20, but these should sell pretty quickly, especially in the size for around $55, $60. I mean, these even look, I might even try those on. I don't know. I don't really like wearing other people's shoes for some reason. It's been nasty. I picked up these Peter Millar. These are like brand new condition for $13, $13.99. Peter Millar, really nice, just slide in loafers with the gum bottom. These will probably sell for around 35 bucks. Brand I've never picked up before. Paid $10 for this. Martin Dingman Countrywear. Martin Dingman Countrywear. They have the driver almost in the back and then the horse bit. So if you ever see this on a shoe, you want to look up horse bit. Horse bit on the shoe. Martin, right there is a brand. I forget what these sell for, but it's definitely worth the pickup. I think they were like 60 bucks, and those are in like great condition. And then a pair of Echo Biome. Echo Biome, most of the time I think always are the golf shoes for Echo. And these have Gore-Tex, which is huge. Almost anything, guys, with Gore-Tex is a pickup. Gore-Tex is the material that it's a company, and they let North Face and a lot of different companies use that material, and it is like the best water protective. So these are pretty much waterproof golf shoes, and they have those nice, like not going to tear up the greens on the bottom. What size are these? Size 11. Really good. These were 10.99. 10.99 for these Biome Gore-Tex. I didn't even look up comps. Those usually sell for around 60 bucks for me. The Biome, especially in good condition by Echo. So I'm going to get those. Got those. Magniani. You guys can say it. Again, you don't have to be able to say it. As long as you know what to look for, spell it and type it in eBay, that's all that matters. Magniani, whatever it is. $9. This is your split toe shoe. $9.99. These sell for around, in this black, probably around $50 for those. And this is a shoe that I could gatekeep, but I'm not going to. You don't find very often, but Brooks Brothers shoes. A lot of Brooks Brothers shoes are made by different companies, and one of them is Alden. Very, very good shoe company made in the USA. You can see right there, it says made in the USA. And these are Brooks Brothers shoes by Alden. Anything Alden sells well. Alden. You see Alden, it's usually a good pickup, spinned up, especially even if the bottoms are messed up. These bottoms aren't too bad. The bottoms are messed up. You can take it to a shoe cobbler. They can have it. You can take it, or the person buying it can take it, have them fixed for cheap. Alden is a great shoe to be on the lookout for. Another great shoe. This is just one that I see and I pick it up every single time. For some reason, there is a community out there that just loves these Echo shoes. I don't buy a lot of Echo, so if you're writing down buy Echo shoes, don't. Another key theme with these is Gore-Tex. So these are these Echo leather boots. These are like the lower top ones, and they have Gore-Tex. Whenever I find these good condition and cheap, I always pick them up. They sell for around 60 bucks. So maybe with Echo, just put Echo Gore-Tex. That's what you're looking for with the shoes. Again, I'm not finding them that often, and if I did, they wouldn't be selling for a lot on eBay. These are pretty cool. Again, I paid up for these, $25. Not afraid to pay up. These, especially with the summer coming up, these are Tiger Woods, especially with the red and black. It's good. I need to say especially less. Red and black Tiger Woods golf shoes. Really good condition. I did pay $25 for these, but they're 10.5. Great size, great condition. These will sell for around 80, 90 bucks in the summer. That is all the shoes. Let's get right back over here to the pants. Let's go through some pants real quick. 7 for All Mankind, new with tags, jeans. Not much to talk about that other than they were $8, and I'm not going to pass up any 7 for Mankind for $8. These are the Luxe Performance. I'd pick these up in used condition all day long for $8. Whether they're the Paxton or the Austin, either way. Only women 7 from All Mankind I pick up are Dojo in any condition. This is one of the top tier brands. Caleb and Kway and I did a video before of like what brands. This was a top tier one. I think y'all would agree. CC Filson, I found a few of these over the past week. CC Filson garment. This was $5. Nothing real special about this, but they're always heavyweight, well made. That will sell for probably around like 40, 50 bucks. Faherty is a good brand. I found a few of these this week as well. These are sold at Nordstrom. They also are sold at TJ Maxx now, but they still are a lot of money. This shirt at TJ Maxx would be like 50 bucks or more, and it was $5. So this is going to be probably a $25 sale for me. A barn jacket. Barn jackets are super hot right now. Again, that's why you are watching these or listening to these, because you want to know what's selling right now. Barn jackets. They've always done well, but I can't keep them in stock. And this is a brand I've never found before. Aberdeen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. You can just take a look. I'll hold it there for you for a second. Aberdeen. Just did the simple comp out. It's got the flannel lining. It's got the corduroy collar, the corduroy cuffs, and it's that hunter green. No brainer pickup. And they priced it at $4.99. Thank you, Goodwill, for pricing that at $4.99. Carhartt. They just rolled this card out, And I knew right away, I'm like, oh gosh, I saw that on the side. I'm like, oh, snag. Sometimes they price Carhartt at like 20 bucks. They didn't at this one, $6. Be careful. Carhartt, if you go to Lowe's right now, Carhartt is just threw up all over Lowe's. It's everywhere. It's still expensive at Lowe's though. I think like this is like $59 at Lowe's. But just be careful. Don't overpay for Carhartt. You know what you're doing. Comp stuff out. $6. This will probably sell for around like 25, 30. Ariat. Again, love Ariat. We talked about the jeans. This is a women's vest jacket. I think I paid up. Yeah, I paid $10 for this. This isn't the first one I found, guys. It's not the first one I found. I found these before. They sell really, really quickly. Ariat is just such a popular brand. Such a good brand. It sells so well. Brooks Brothers sweater. I told you, we're going through a lot. How many things have we gone through so far? A lot. We're going to keep going. All right. Brooks Brothers. Brooks Brothers sweater. This one is wool. I don't always pick up Brooks Brothers sweaters. There were two of these right next to each other. Really good condition. When they're not pilled up, they look like they just come off a rack, like in the store, and they look like they haven't been worn for $5. I'll pick them up. This is a $25, maybe $30 sweater. And then I have one in blue just like it. So again, list that one, list the other one in a quarter of the time. Super easy. So I'm giving you all these free brands. This is my free guide. I don't believe, for me personally, in paying for a guide. You could do all this for free. Just watch these videos, write this stuff down for free. I'm going to also tell you what the best thing that I did in 2024. Probably one of the best things I did with reselling business. I was always stuck with, I'm just going to list on eBay. I'm just going to list on eBay. All you OGs out there that follow me, I've said that. Once I started using Autoposher to cross list and do the automation, like my business went phew, because now I'm selling on multiple platforms. It's sending out offers to people all the time. I don't have to do that. It's constantly delisting, relisting on Poshmark, which I don't know anything about. It does all the sharing and follows, like thousands of those a day, which help get your sales. I've heard you have to have an automation tool for Poshmark. Let me know below if that's the case for sure. But highly recommend getting Autoposher. It has automatic sales detection. It has more than anything out there. I've tried others. A lot of people have. They switched over. Highly recommend it. If you want to support the channel too, give it a free trial. I have the link below or on surfsupfinds.com. Really good. You will not regret it. I will never tell you anything, especially being a teacher. I will never tell you anything that I wouldn't use or do myself. So Autoposher, got to give that little plug for Autoposher because it's awesome. It's the best thing I did last year. J. Crew. This has 2 dots underneath the J. Crew. This means it is a outlet. Good job, class. Outlet or factory store J. Crew. The reason I picked this up though is because it's wool. It's a cardigan. It has these buttons right here. Anytime they're like leather faux buttons, anytime I find any cardigans like this, in LL Bean or J. Crew or any of that, they always sell well. For $5, I didn't even look up comps. I just know this will sell for more than $20, $25. If it were not outlet, it'd probably be like a $45. Or if it were LL Bean, I sell those for like $45, $50. Really good find, but I didn't need to look that up. This is a good brand to write down too if you don't know it already. Public Rec. Public Rec pants are a good brand to be on the lookout for. We call that a BOLO in the community. There's your $5 price tag. It also has the P on the back butt. But Public Rec, again, I've been calling these like travel commuter pants. All these new pants that are coming out that are spandexy. Viore has them and Fabletics has them, which I don't pick up Fabletics, and Lululemon, Public Rec, all of those guys. Those will sell for around 30 bucks online. Want to talk a little vintage? Do I have anybody in here that likes vintage? I got lots of vintage this week. I got a few pairs of orange tab. People ask me, what Levi's do I pick up? Anything made in the USA for $7.99, I'm picking up. I don't care what number is right here. $5.50, I don't care. If it's made in the USA, I'm picking it up. Made in the USA, this is on one of those cotton tags right here on the side. $5.50. The date is 0997. Right there, you can date it. That means it is from 1997. Orange tab, vintage jeans. These sell for around $40 for me all day long. pair of Oakley jeans or Oakley pants. I love picking these up. These right here always sell for me for around $20. Always count it, especially 36, 32, perfect size. 36, 32, Oakley pants. You want to look for that O right there in black. Guarantee a $20 plus buyer pay shipping on those. Prana. I found so many Prana pants this week that are nylon with the cargo pocket. Such a good seller. These sell, and they have the buttons on the bottom. These sell for around $30 all the time, year round. These sell for me $5. So I'll list these year round. $5 into 30. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Mountain Khaki, another brand that's with carbon and cobalt, in that I don't buy all of them, and they might be a brand that I might not buy forever. But Mountain Khaki, let's talk about it. Brand, when I first started reselling, that I pick up. It was a bolo, for sure. The ones I'm looking for are the really thick. I mean, look at this. They're stiff as a board. And they have this cargo pocket. They have like the articulated knees. When you see the knees like that, with the little creases in it, that means they're articulated knee pants. And they have the double stitch at the bottom. They're just really heavy duty pants. For $5, those will probably sell for right around $20. Really good, well-made company. Should be worth a lot more than what they sell for now, but whatever. This is a brand too. They probably make just so much of them, but Duluth, really well made. You guys know these Fireflex these hose pants, Fireflex, with the rivets in the cargo pockets. They always sell for me for right around $22. I pick them up every time. $5 is what I paid. There's the tag. By the way, you like those Marlboro tags? That's what I call these. Anytime we have the red tag weeks, it's the Marlboro weeks. Love this. Probably one of the hottest things right now are these striped Polo Ralph Lauren rugby. I gotta list this like ASAP because they're just so hot right now. These are barn jackets, have been really hot. And I figure these will still be doing really well come spring and summer of this year. $5. In fact, Polo Ralph Lauren vintage, they had one of these yellow and blue striped online from circa like 2002 or something for $250. Nuts. This will sell for not that, but that's a good sign if they're asking that. This will probably sell for like 50. Love finding those. Picked up those up every single time. Peter Millar. I don't pick up all Peter Millar. Let's talk about a few different pieces. A quarter zip I pick up. Even if it's cotton and in good condition, I pick it up. This is a cotton Model polyester blend, you can tell. But for $5, with this sea green, I'm picking it up. Probably sell for around $25. I'm also picking up Peter Millar Summer Comforts if they have a really good pattern all over them. This one has a skull pattern. Anytime they have these good patterns, I'll pick them up. As long as they have like a golf course embroidery. This one has a little feather. It's a golf course local to me. $5 for this. I don't like picking up Peter Millar, and it really hurt me this week. They had really cool pattern ones, but they were from like an automotive group, a car dealership, just big chest. I can't do it. For $5, I know maybe some of you guys still would do it. I'm not going to do it. So for $5, I'll pick that up. But if they have like an automotive or a company logo on them that's really big and obnoxious, I'm not picking them up. Polo Ralph Lauren, again, this is like a terry cloth crew neck. I've never found one of these before. This is not my size, but it looks super comfy. I'd almost keep this. $5. This will probably sell for $20, $22. There's two of them. If I wanted, I could lot them up. I probably won't though. $20, $22. They have a really wide neck too. Is that a thing now? Because this is a newer tag. Really wide neck, terry cloth. Definitely a good like spring item. Another hot. So barn jackets right now are hot. Those rugby Polo Ralph Lauren shirts are hot. These Polo Ralph Lauren shirts sell so well for me. The faded stripes that are older. So the faded stripes that are older, that are oversized, sell really well for me right now. $5. This will sell for $20, $21.99, like probably within a week or two at that price. Lucky brands, I don't pick up always. Lucky brand. But if it's new with tags and it's $5 and it's got the snaps, I'm going to pick it up. So $5, snaps, new with tags. I still think this will only be like an $18 item shirt. I used to pick up Lucky with the snaps, and I know for some people who sell on Depop and places like that where people look for just style and they go back to the same seller all the time for style, probably do well with Lucky Brand. I just haven't had good luck with it. Another another style. Sorry. Okay, I want to make sure I tell you guys what styles that are on trend right now. Another style on trend right now are these LL Bean or actually any cable knit chunky crew neck sweaters. These are on trend right now. This one is cotton. The wool ones do really, really well. This one is cotton, still really well. This is LL Bean's signature, so I guess it's a little bit better. I don't think I've ever found a cotton one, but look out for these chunky, cream colored crew neck. They're just so good. Like a fisherman sweater, they're really good. There's so many brands out there. I don't even want to start talking about them. Polo Ralph Lauren, just a shirt, just a little hoodie, these lightweight hoodies, $5, bright colors. Those sell for around $22.99 for me. Orvis, be careful again, Orvis, they are now selling at Costco, but Orvis still has very, very expensive items. One thing I do look for, and I know it's not a Costco, is a trout bum. Whenever there's a trout or an outline of a trout on Orvis, I know that's sold at the store. This is a really nice flannel Orvis. Really heavy, thick. This was $5. This will probably sell for around $25. Gotta list that one ASAP. Johnny O. Woo! We're going through all of them, boys and girls. Johnny O Prepformance. Again, I don't buy a lot of these button shirts, but if they're stretchy, that's what's in right now. And that's like a $20, $21 shirt, so I'm going to pick it up. Also, something I don't buy very often is Brooks Brother polo shirts. Barely ever do I buy them, but they do have a performance line. So this is like polyester nylon, no cotton, and it has a nice little fleece logo on the sleeve. I do pick these up, and I found multiple of these, so again, I can list one and list the other one in like a quarter of the time. So $5 for this. It is 2XL black. It's got a lot of going for it. Definitely picking that up. Another carbon and cobalt. These are unique. Never found these fleece line pants. Listen, do not skip over the sweatpants section. I found purple label sweatpants before. You're going to find those Nike swoosh pants that sell for $30 all day long. Adidas, carbon and cobalt. You're going to find Public Rec. You're going to find Viore. Do not pass up the men's sweatpants. I find myself passing those up often or just skimming through them really quick. Don't do it. It's worth looking through. Carbon to cobalt. These were $5. Never sold them before, but they are flannel or fleece line. So I do think it was worth the pickup for $5. This is what I was talking about, Lululemon. You tell me, these were $5. I just couldn't pass them up with the hang tag for $5. I know people still love Lululemon. I'm wearing Lululemon underneath, but I guess they're going down in price. But for $5 for these Lululemon with that pattern and everything, I just couldn't pass it up. And I know women's clothing doesn't do as well. What I'm trying to say is, do you think I made a good purchase with these for $5? I think I did. I'm going to put them over there with my women's stuff. I don't know. I might do a whatnot with all my women's clothing. There's a lot of Johnny Was here too. J. Crew again, not a shirt I pick up usually, but if I find it, that's the non-outlet brand. From the J. Crew actual store, new with tags for $5. I always pick them up. They sell pretty quick for like $18.99. This is a good brand to be on the lookout for too. If you're new, look for that bunny because it's bad. It's a bad bunny. This is just a V-neck. Now, I wouldn't have paid probably $6 or $7 for this V-neck t-shirt, but at $3, it was worth the pickup. It'll probably sell for around $15. Again, it all comes down to your buy cost. Another cool shirt, KUHL. This one is like a double layered flannel. It was $5. This was hanging on the racks at a popular thrift store that's heavily thrifted. I don't know why. Maybe I missed something, but I checked it over. It was hanging there. I don't know why. Maybe a lot of people, if a brand starts falling off or a brand like this, they're just not selling well or they don't get a lot out of, they don't want to pick it up. And I get it. When I was part-time, I only wanted items that would sell for like $35 or more. That's all I had time for. But now that I'm full-time, I'm buying these items. Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a $20 shirt all day long. Again, gingham check. Go to my eBay store. I have it linked on my LinkTree. I have it linked on my website. I'm an open book. You can go look at my sold comps, look at my sold sales. I sell these. Gingham check polo shirts. This was $5.99. So $1 more than usual. Gonna pick it up. That will sell for 20, 21 bucks all day long. Pair of Lululemon pants. Again, with Lululemon, what I like to do, really easy way to know, is just look at that front button and flip it over. If it has the logo, it's obviously Lululemon. Those will sell, used to be like a $60 item. Now they'll sell for like 35, 37. Never found, this is new to me. It kind of sucks because the orange tab was cut off, but still cool. These are Levi's 550s orange tab, but they're green. And I know maybe some of you out there are like, oh, I see those all the time. I don't remember seeing green orange tab jeans before. So I bet you they'll go for a little bit more than just the blue jeans. Like the black wash go for a little bit more. So that's pretty cool. We'll see how those do. Either way, orange tab jeans for $7.99. I'm picking them up. BKE jeans, you guys know, one of my favorite bread and butter jeans, $7.99. These are the 8-ins. What I look for in these are these pockets. Make sure they don't have holes right here at this top seam. I always check the gusset or the crotch, and then the bottom. That's where you're going to find the wear. As long as all those look pretty good, you can expect $27 to $32 on just about any pair, plus buyer pay shipping. This was new to me. This is a J. Crew linen, but it has a band collar for $5. So whenever you find a collar like that, that's called a band collar. There's no flip to it. That's what that is. So J. Crew blue band collar. Again, you can see the kind of little nuances. J. Crew. I bought the sweater that has the buttons. This one's linen. I have another J. Crew in here. I'll show you later. I'll tell you why I bought that. I don't buy all J. Crew, obviously. And again, I don't buy all carbon to cobalt. But if it's a heavy, substantial piece like this crew neck sweater, I'm going to buy it for $5 and sell it for $32. This is a Vineyard Vines Performance. Again, Vineyard Vines is another brand. I don't pick everything up, but the Performance line is usually a good pickup for me. This should have been $5.99. It was. Little vest right here. I find this exact colorway and like pattern in J. Crew and Peter Millar, it's popular with that like leather looking trim, the navy blue and the quilt. $5.99. Probably, I didn't even look up comps. You guys guess is as good as mine, probably like 35. Vineyard Vines. This again is another Vineyard Vines piece that's a little bit more substantial. It's this Nordic sweater. Really good condition. It's got a cashmere wool blend, so it's a little bit nicer than usual. Other Vineyard Vines sweaters. $7.99 for this. This will sell for around $35. Better get listed now, or I might just have to wait because that's definitely a winter item. This is a brand that a lot of people probably don't know. This brand right here, you want to keep your eye out for. Not every piece is $1 million, including this one. But this was like Abercrombie & Fitch's higher end brand, or like a sub brand of Abercrombie & Fitch. If you find some of these cargo shorts or whatever, they can do really, really well. This was $4.99, but you don't find this brand very often. And if you see it, more than likely, you're going to be like, oh, that's nothing. But this is actually a nicer Abercrombie & Fitch shirt. And Abercrombie & Fitch is kind of like coming back in and out right now. $5. I bet that will sell for around $25 or $30. Outdoor Research jeans. I don't know if I've ever found Outdoor Research jeans, but I will buy anything Outdoor Research. Outdoor Research sells really well. They sell to REI, and I just pick them up. So $7.99. I don't know what those will comp out for. I'm really good at telling you what stuff comps out for. Just know that it's good. For $7.99, Outdoor Research is a pickup. Those will probably sell for $35. And they're sold at REI. Speaking of REI, here's a REI jacket. It's just a rain jacket. Not necessarily something I would pick up, but there is something on here that made me want to pick it up. It was $5.99 REI jacket, but on the sleeve, I saw this. Gore-Tex. Yep. Anytime, like I said earlier with those Echo, anytime I find Gore-Tex, I'm going to pick it up at the right price. And there's no flaws on this. REI Gore-Tex. Again, I didn't look up comps. Do your due diligence. I've been doing this a while. Look up comps if you want to. I didn't. I'm in and out of these thrift stores so quick. But REI, again, a lot of people would pass that up. Gore-Tex, not me. Another brand people pass up, Eddie Bauer. $7.99 for this Eddie Bauer blazer. but again, it's like a traveler blazer. It's actually called Travex. Whenever I find these blazers, they're stretchy. These Eddie Bauer Travex blazers, I pick them up. I don't care the size, the color, as long as they're not flawed. These sell for around $42, and I don't have a single one. This closet right here is full of blazers. I don't have a single one in there. They all sell for me. So Travex blazers, pick them up. We'll go through some of that later. All right. This is Brooks Brothers. Again, that bread and butter Polo Ralph Lauren type of deal. I have a million of these. I list it. All I have to do, take pictures of these, the measurements, throw them in my listing. It takes me about less than 2 minutes to do everything. Take pictures, put it in the listing and list it. It takes about 2 minutes total. So 2 minutes for about $10 to $12 profit. I will do that all day long. That stuff adds up. New brand to me. The reason I picked this pair of pants up is because they just felt like really, really good quality. A lot like that Ben Silver. Hertling, tailored in the USA. Hertling, I don't know. But that was the brand. Comped them out. I was that person in the thrift store. I do it all the time. I've been doing this for a long time. Hertling, made in the USA. And they just have a really good feel to them. They comped out at like $44 used. All of them, especially in that plaid pattern. So that's really cool. That's a really good pair. And they're long. I'm just now noticing they're really long. The longer the pant, the better, because people can hem them up and they'll fit everyone. So they'll fit the tall people and then they'll fill everyone under them. If pants are really, really short, then you're only going to be able to sell those to shorter people. J. Crew jeans. Again, the caveat with these, they have the Japanese denim. So when I see J. Crew men's jeans, I'm going to look on the inside right pocket and see if they have Japanese denim. If they do, I'm buying them for $7.99. As long as they, again, don't have any major wear or flaw, picking these up, even with this size, 29 by 30, I'm picking it up. Japanese denim, $8 into about $27.99. Peter Millar, I do not pick up many cotton Peter Millar anymore. I talk in my lives all the time. I don't pick up Peter Millar cotton for the most part. But these pants were new with tags, and they were $5.99. So new with tags, and look, they look fake. That's like the sun wash. I bet you if I look at it, it will say like sun wash. But Peter Millar, new with tags, blue pants, really good for the spring coming up. $5.99. Those are an easy pickup. And of course, with them were another pair of blue ones. These only sell for around $16 or $17 for me. But I thought, I'll just take pictures right after that, and I'll just sell similar, and this will take me another minute or two to take pictures of. I'll make a $10 profit. So I picked those up right along there with it, and they're blue. Not even have to change the style or the color. I just sold a pair of these used for $40. Shout out to my friend who picked these up for me. She likes to get kids clothing. She's all kids clothes seller. So when she finds some men's clothing that she knows I'll pick up, even though these were $10, she'll let me know, and I just Venmo her. So be friendly. K-Way and I talked about that last night in our live. We did a live last night. If you guys haven't seen that, you can go watch that. But people said, what are some suggestions? Be friendly. Talk to people at the thrift store. Even if you see other thrifters who are resellers, don't feel like, oh, they're my enemies. No, like, you never know. I'm not going to like say names, but the person who I work with the kids' clothing and this, super nice lady. Like I said, she'll just text me and say, hey, do you want these? Just Venmo me the money. So I have pretty much someone looking out for me. I do the same for her with like kids' pajamas, and same with vintage stuff. So talk to people. You never know what connections you can make. Those will sell for probably around $60. Maybe one of my better finds of the week or week and a half, of these Arc'teryx pants. These are snow pants. They were $10. They have the zips. They have the bottom. These are just really, really, really good pants. Oh, they even have a name on them. Recca? Oh, I think this right here, if you see these on any type of gear that is winter gear, I'm pretty sure these are like a finder. So if you were to like get lost, they'll be able to find you. I'm pretty sure that's what that is, in the snow or an avalanche or something. But anyways, Arc'teryx pants, these were $10, no brainer. I don't know how much these will sell for. Definitely over $60, probably $70 or $80, but such a good pickup. Levi's, another orange tab, $5.50. You guys know the deal with these. Levi's, $5.50. Let's see if these are also $97. Yep, $19.97. So funny thing is, the last one was September. It said $09.97. These say $10.97. So these were bought right at the same time. October 97 and September of 97. We're not done, y'all. We still have a whole lot more. I told you about women's clothing too, right? I'm still going after women's clothing. This is Neiman Marcus Cashmere. Neiman Marcus Cashmere hoodie. I mean, this is softer than soft. It's butter. It feels like feathers. $5. I just couldn't pass this up. I don't care if it sells for 25 or whatever. I might throw it on Whatnot too. Just cashmere, Neiman Marcus. I can't pass it up. Cool. I wanted to bring this one to your attention because cool short sleeve shirts don't sell for as much as they used to. This would have been like a $35 shirt before. 25 probably now is what I'm going to ask for this one. A lot of times they have the name of it, like Alexa or whatever like that. That one does not. South Pole shorts. Any South Pole denim with the vintage South Pole waist tag, so it's going to look like that. The newer ones, just go to Burlington. You're going to see new South Pole all over the place. That's what you're not going to want to buy. This is what you are going to want to buy. And then there's your 480. You can just type 4180. You can type that into eBay. They even have, I wonder if someone drew those on there. That's totally fine. I bought these off of Dilly's Whatnot. He bought a storage unit, and on Whatnot, he was just auctioning everything off. Snagged these off as Whatnot. They had that Playboy bunny on there. Definitely someone drew that on it. I don't know if that's going to affect that. I don't even think that will affect the value. You let me know in the chat. I don't think it's going to affect it. Polo Ralph Lauren vintage. These have the little crest right there for the Polo Golf. These will sell well. In the spring and summer, definitely sell well. Probably $20 a piece on these. There were two of them. I was on the fence, and then I'm like, you know what? There were two. Again, list one, sell similar. You guys know the deal. FootJoy. I don't pick up a ton of FootJoy polo shirts unless they're all over print. I talk about that quite often. $5 again. I believe my friend picked this one up for me. $5 athletic fit with the FJs all over it. So FootJoy all over print like this for $5. Pick it up. Sells for around $20, $22 pretty quickly. Another one. This one has little sharks and sunglasses and just beach themed stuff all over it. And it's a medium. A lot of times you'll find these in extra large and they're just huge. Medium, that's a good shirt right there. This is a bolo. If you guys find USA Soccer, if you find this right here, that's USA Soccer. If you find USA Soccer jerseys from any year for a decent price, pick them up. I probably paid $10. Yeah, this store price is Nike at $10. $10 for this. This will probably sell for around $40. Nike soccer stuff is super hot. USA. Nike USA soccer stuff. Living here in Indy, I find a lot of IndyCar and race stuff. And this was the Formula One Grand Prix when we had it in Indy. Vintage. This is 2007, I believe. Just a crew neck. I'll probably give this to my friend who does vintage clothing. Trade him up. So he'll have this and he'll give me like a Viore, a Lululemon. So F1. 2007. Again, all that crew neck vintage stuff does pretty well. Another vintage item. Probably give this to him too, just because I don't know who it is. And we have a lot of Bears fans here in Indy too. We have Bears and Colts. But this, I just couldn't leave this behind for $5. I don't even know who this quarterback was. Champion. He probably played against Brett Favre because it's about the same era. Champion. Bears jersey. $5. Can't pass it up. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift concert tee from 2023. So this is before she came and announced our city. That's why it's not on the back. This one is spoken for. My wife definitely is stealing that from me, so I might as well just put it over there. $3 lost so far in this whole thrift haul. This is a good jacket. Let's talk about Polo Ralph Lauren. I need to do a video on Ralph Lauren in general. Ralph Lauren. Because not everything's Polo Ralph Lauren. You have Ralph Lauren, Purple Label, all the above. $7.99 for this, but check this out. There's a couple things about this. Really good tweed. You have your herringbone tweed, and it has the leather buttons, right? So that's good. That's good for $7.99. Then these are a little bit cheaper than Polo Ralph Lauren. This is vintage. It's probably from the 90s. It's Polo University Club. But Polo University Club can still be good if you find unique items. Sometimes they have plaid jackets, whatever. This is a herringbone tweed with the leather buttons. You cannot lose with Ralph Lauren herringbone tweed. The size will be in there. This thing seems unworn. $7.99. Wouldn't be surprised if this sells for around $75, like pretty easily. Definitely going to list that right away. Polo Ralph Lauren, let's talk about a couple more real quick. Polo Ralph Lauren's. White shirts do really, really well, especially if they don't have any stains, obviously. So if you get a white Polo Ralph Lauren button shirt, they do well. This is an XLT. Look over multiple times for stains. So collar, stains, stains on the stomach, stains in the pits. If you find white shirts without stains for Brooks Brothers, Polo Ralph Lauren, they always do pretty well. I also don't pick up many of these regular polo shirts, but at $5 and it's a 3XB, definitely snagging that. Yeah, $5. Orange, 3XB. What you want to be on the lookout for with these particularly are right here at the bottom. This will split right here. This will split, and if this starts splitting, that's a flaw. You don't want to pick those up for the most part. Sometimes you do. Obviously, there's going to be like a rare shirt, but always check out for the split on those, especially when you're selling them for around 20 and you're paying 5. If they're split, it could really hurt your value. How about this Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson, I'm sorry, but this was $2.99. Michael Jackson, I don't care what everyone says about whatever. Musical genius. I love Michael Jackson. So sad that he passed away. If I could see any artist who is not around anymore, I would want to see Michael Jackson live, and I'd want to see Freddie Mercury and Queen live. Love both of them. Both geniuses. But yeah, Michael Jackson, 2009, $3. I have no idea. It's just vintage, really good condition, $2.99. I had to get it. And this Money Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather shirt, graphic print, really cool. Again, $2.99. I don't even think this thing's been washed. 2014, so not quite vintage, but still a good pickup. This one's better because it's Pacquiao, Mayweather, Pacquiao. Fight, when's this from? May 2nd, whenever that was. Fight of the century. $2.99. $2.99. By the way, if you look up, whenever he has a fight, he's usually the richest athlete that year that he has a fight. That's how much he makes in that particular year. So when he fought Conor McGregor, he was the richest athlete that year that he fought Conor McGregor. It's crazy. Go look at how much he got paid for those fights. Polo Ralph Lauren, Polo Sport. These used to be extremely hot when I first started reselling, like the late 2000 teens. But they still sell okay now. Polo Sport, $5. Picking that up. I don't even know what those sell for right now, so I'm not going to tell you. But they used to be even hotter. Johnny Was. I hit a Johnny Was jackpot. I even left some over there. But Johnny Was, good women's brand. That's something I'm still working on this year, is learning more women's brands. I want to be able to go to a new cart, know exactly what I'm looking for, and getting the most money off of that cart when they roll it out, whether it's kids' clothes, women's clothes, men's clothes, I don't care. Blazers, linen, whatever. I want to be able to have the most knowledge I can in that section. So these just rolled out. That's a Johnny Was. Here's another Johnny Was. This one's really cool, like a cardigan. $7.99 is what I paid for all those. I know you guys are gonna be like, what? My Johnny would never. Listen, a lot of our stores, you'll never find them, but sometimes you do. Saks Fifth Avenue, 100% cashmere. Again, $5. Cashmere with the stripes. Actually, it's not. It's 88%. I remember. I know. Weird number. 88% cashmere, 12% polyester, because it has a little bit of like some sparkles in it. But cashmere, again, Saks, kind of like that Neiman Marcus for $5. I'm not going to pass it up. Here is what people have talked about, especially when I did live thrifting. Victoria's Secret. Get Victoria's Secret. I never pick it up because the comps don't look great. But this was with all those Johnny Was. This is 100% silk. It's got an older Victoria's Secret tag. And it was, what is it, $5? $5. I looked up this exact one, found this exact one selling for around $40. So, my first Victoria's Secret piece. Will I list it anytime soon? Probably not, because I procrastinate on women's clothing. But as my first Victoria's Secret piece. I'm not a creep, guys. I'm not a creep. Marine Layer, like Faraday. Good brand, sold at Nordstrom, but also now sold at Nordstrom Rack and TJ Maxx. But I still pick these up. Really good Hawaiian shirt, $5 and probably $25. This go right along with those, what were those? South Pole shorts. These are Rockaware. They were $3.99. Older tag. They have the Carpenter. So whenever you find this little piece right here, these are Carpenter jeans or Carpenter jean shorts. has a Rockaware hit there. Nice, just big khaki. These are in style right now. Those will sell for around 30 bucks. This was, I had this in my hand. The only thing I had, this is where I carry it like this, around the thrift store for a long time. I'm like, should I get it? Should I not? Should I get it? Should I not? So I actually Google lensed it. I'm like, all right, they sell for around $25, $30 in used condition. This is like a Formula One, I think, Ferrari Puma collab shirt. Find these at the Puma outlets all the time. And it was $5.99. Then I saw that it was new with tags. And I'm like, oh, I'll definitely pick it up. For $5.99, pick it up. I bet it will sell. If I wanted to sell it really quickly, I could sell it for like $22, which I'll probably do. Not something I want to hold on to. Let's talk about a subject out there that's debated quite a bit. Men's small. A lot of people are like, I don't buy any men's small or extra small. I'll say this. When I find good brands, I don't care what the size is, I'm picking it up. This is an Ariat retrofit with the pearl snap buttons. And it's like, the color's great. It has almost like a beachy feel. It's just such a good shirt. For $5, men's pearl snap Ariat, I'm not leaving that behind. That will sell for over $20. I found a few of these. Monster Energy stuff sells well if it is the distributor stuff or if it's vintage. Who used to be the motocross dude? Ricky Carmichael maybe used to do Monster Energy for motocross. Monster Energy, I bought like 3 or 4 of these. These are brand new, never been worn, just no tags. I will list them as new without tags. You can just tell they're crispy, they've never been worn, still have the creases in them. $5. This will probably sell for around 35 or 40 bucks. I know, pretty crazy. J. Crew. Back to J. Crew. I talk about, I think in the last video, again, this is part 2 pretty much. I'll do these about once a month, big giant hauls. This is a J. Crew Ludlow. J. Crew Ludlow. The last video I talked about J. Crew Ludlow kids. I've already sold 2 of those suits. The blazers I haven't sold yet. And this is, yeah, J. Crew Ludlow. Again, it's got a nice fabric to it. I've never found a maroon, but J. Crew and Ludlow blazers and suits, I'm always going to pick those up. That's $7.99. That'll probably sell for around $50 or $60. Rain Spooner has fallen off a little bit, but if you can find the Rain Spooner all over print, sports or all over print colleges, they always do well. This is the Cubbies. Cubbies, very popular. What, Chicago, the 2nd or 3rd biggest city in the U.S.? Huge Cub fan base all over the country for the Cubs. That will sell well. $5. Let's talk about this. I think I showed this in a picture on Facebook. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably just give it to my buddy. There's no tag. It's, what is it? Granny Core, Harvest Core, Halloween Core. I don't freaking know. Happy Harvest. But these are popular right now. And they'll probably sell year round. So definitely going to throw that in the pile to give my vintage buddy. This one though. So this is the deal I have with my vintage buddy. Those $20, $25 flips, we trade. But whenever he finds like an RTRX or something, he usually sells that. I totally get it, right? It's like 70 bucks. I totally get that. And same with me. If I find like this Osmosis Jones, I just knew it was something special. It's like a promo t-shirt. These sell for around $50 or more on eBay. And it's $2.99. I'll keep this and sell this because it's just super quick and easy flip. I'll sell that. Sometimes I'll throw them like Grateful Dead Racing t-shirts too. It just depends what we have. But that one, I think I'm going to list. I took a video of it too. So it'll be cool to tell people. Free People Beach. I don't buy a lot of Free People, but these next 2 items, I got out my phone and I was that guy looking them up. Free People Beach seems like it's a good brand to be on the lookout for. This is a Free People Beach dress. What is this? Is this Pioneer Core, ladies? I don't know. But it was $7.99. This exact dress was selling for around $35 to $40 used on eBay. So I definitely picked it up. Flowy, really cool, really good dress. This was right next to it. Kind of had that boho with the embroidery, all that sort of stuff. Again, I think this is like a beach cover-up just because like I've seen my wife wear stuff like this before. Size medium, decent size, $7.99. I don't know. I think I'll do okay on this. Again, might be a whatnot piece. I don't know. I'm just trying, guys. I'm just trying with the women's clothing, you know what I mean? Another Peter Millar. This one has horseshoes all over it. All over Peter Millar print. Sell for around $32. And Johnny O. Johnny O is another brand we talked about earlier. I will pick it up. This is actually going to help the value because as an Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Very popular. Largest sporting event in the world when it happens. Like 300,000 people are at the event here in Indianapolis. So there's stuff, people always want to buy their stuff or buy it for cheaper online to wear the event. So this will sell really well. I find a lot of this stuff. Johnny O, this was $5. Probably sell for around 30 for me. And that is all she wrote. That's everything. Check out this pile that we went through. I mean, for real. Huge. Look at those shoes. That is a money pile, right, Napoleon? Yup. That is a money pile. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. If you want to see more of these, like I said, I'm going to probably do these once every 4-6 weeks. Big, huge haul videos, what's selling, write them down. By the end of the year, you can have your whole guide you can make yourself and go sell it yourself if you want to. Appreciate you guys coming in. Don't hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.